Shalom, Israel. All praise to Yahweh by Hashem Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, man. All praises. Thank you, man. Most High for bringing us in, letting us have another day, man. Welcome to Burnt Toast Tuesday, man, where they burning it up and we scraping it off. And we gonna get to that good part. So, man, hope y'all had a good weekend down in Israel. Jose, all praise to you, man. Glad to see y'all stepped in early right at this time. But man, if everybody late, man, I'm telling you, this gonna be my smallest class. Cause all I'm doing is finishing up what we did on the Sabbath class. On the Sabbath class, we just did the we went over we known to be different, so that's all we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get back in there. I just called it known to be different. And we're going to finish that up and get back to where we started off on the Sabbath class. And we're going to reiterate, because I stopped at, we were at the Persian Mead at the time. So we're going to reiterate that, go over a couple of scriptures that we already went over on the Sabbath, then we're going to continue on from the time after that to the Greek. So with that being said, let me prepare to get started. So, hope y'all had a nice little week, man. I know they preparing for their little funky turkey day, so, and we just need to get in the spirit of feast of dedication, where we going back to dedicating our feast back to the Most High, doing what He told us to do, doing what He asked us to do. So, on that note, man, let's go ahead and get started. And my first thing, we're going to go into what we started off last time. I'm going to go back and reiterate some of the scriptures that we started off about us being different and about us how we need to move forward. So here we go. Let's go to Exodus chapter 19. If you was listen to the class on Sabbath, you should already have this down, written down. Hopefully y'all keeping up. Make sure y'all taking good notes, man, so y'all can go back and study. So y'all can study to show y'all self-approved. So let's see. There we go. No, like that. Can't see the comments. But let's go. Let's start at Exodus chapter 19, verse 3. And it reads, And Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called unto him out of the mount, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel. He said, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel. That's who Moses is talking about. That's who his Bible's talking about. That's who everything in this Bible is talking about. The children of Israel, which is you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That we always try to come back and put that in your head, put that in your head, put that in your head. So the fact that, hey, you'll know that you are these children of Israel. You are, no matter what they tell you. Jump over to verse 6 and we'll read. And you shall be unto me a kingdom of priests. This is what he told them to tell them. You shall be unto me a kingdom of priests, and a holy nation. There are words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. That's what you should tell them. Y'all going to be a kingdom of priests. God's duty, God's handyman, God's work. The people that follow after the Lord God of all, the God of Israel. So that's one thing He had always set us apart to be in. He never gave this to anybody else, and that's when we read that in Psalms 147, 19, 20. He gave His word unto Jacob and nobody else. He hadn't dealt with them. They have not known His judgments. They haven't been through things that we have been through because of our Father. They haven't been through those things. We've been through a lot because of our wickedness, because of our dirty deeds. But you look at these other nations, be like, man, they was way more wicked than we are. No, we were just like them. But like except for Esau, he just took everything overboard. He trying to be God himself. But that's what I was showing you, what Most High had set us apart on that. Let's go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6. We're going to read that again. Y'all probably read it 1,000 times, probably heard it 1,000 times before you got in the truth. But we're going to keep putting that in your head because y'all got to have this what's name. Everybody be talking about they need they down, they depressed. If you read that and you realize who you are, it's hard to get down when you know that you are a chosen people, man. And God set you above all people. And it reads, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." And that's what God had chosen us to be, above all people that's on the face of the earth. And that's where we stand today. Even though we're sitting at the bottom, we look like we don't have anything, but all we need to do is just keep coming back and keeping God's laws, and these things are going to change for us when this new kingdom coming. A lot of times we always worried about because other people ain't doing what we're doing. So you go and I want to do what they're doing. No, that's not the good thing to do. This is not, especially at this time now. Not at the ending. He said, "He that endure to the end shall be saved." Not in and out. He said, "To the end shall be saved." So that's what we need to be enduring, to the end, not in and out. You know, this ain't no burger joint, man. This is the truth. And let's go to, let's see, did I finish that? 7 and 6. I mean, okay. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. He calls you himself. That's got to be a great feeling, man, when God calls you to himself. You mine. I need you to do some things. Not nobody else needs you. You ever had a job where they even gave you a job and they're like, "No, I can't. I don't want nobody else doing it. I need you to do it." You feel like you're the man, but you are the kings. You are the priests that the Most High God had called. He said, "God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of earth." All above all of them, man. I don't care what they tell us. I don't care how they look at us. I don't care how many times they're killing us in the street. I don't care how many times they're cussing us out. We're above them. I don't care if I don't got a dime in my pocket. I don't care if I'm rolling in that nice car. I don't care if I got that big house. We're above all people. My pockets may be turned inside out now, but in a minute, they finna change. So I'm not gonna be worried about that. That's a lot of times we gotta be quit worrying about a lot of things and start going back to these scriptures and start getting what they call it, start getting motivated to do God's work. Because the fact of the matter, you're above all people. Let's go to Amos 3 and 2. These are some of the same scriptures we had that was on the Sabbath. I just want to start this off with these, and then we're gonna go into some of these, some of the things that show us that we're different than everybody else. So, Amos 3 and 2. Amos 3 and 2. It says, "You only have I known." Hold on, let me read it from 1. "Hear this, the word of the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel." This is when the Most High coming against us, man. But he's speaking to us against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, "You only have I known." You only have I known. I haven't known nobody else. I hadn't walked with nobody else. I wasn't worried about nobody's history that was going on over there. Their history that was going on over there. When they fight each, I wasn't worried about that. What I was worried about was you. He said, "I wasn't worried about none of them." He said, "What I was worried about was you." And that's the thing about it. And he said, "You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all things, for all your iniquities." He said, "I will punish you, not nobody else." And I want y'all to remember that, because we're going to go to another scripture in Maccabees when we get to the Greek captivity, which he's saying that he's going to punish you. But we're going to see the difference in the punishment he's giving us as opposed to the difference in the punishment he's going to give these other nations. Yeah, we got it bad. But good thing you got it bad now, because they're going to get theirs later. And theirs is not going to be, you're going to be, that little, what we went through is going to be nothing. You be like, "Ooh, man." It's like when they're whooping over with. And whooping hurting while you're getting it, but man, as soon as you get some of them out, you right back outside playing again. You good. You good. Now you know not to touch that again, but you good. You're outside playing again. So, and that's all the Most High is trying to get us to. Let's go to 1 Corinthians, and we're gonna start at chapter 1, verse 25. And this too was one of them that we covered a little bit. Verse 25. And it reads, because the foolishness of God is wiser than men. The weakness of God is stronger than men. It said, because the foolishness of God is wiser than men. God, if God did anything foolish, that's wiser than men. I mean, the dumbest thing God could ever do is still wiser than any man thought process. Anything that we thought we knew is wiser than that. And he's saying, the weakness of God is stronger than man. If God had a weakness, the weakness part of him is stronger than man. For you see, and probably the children of Israel. The children of Israel is probably God's weakness. That was his creation, the one he chose. So, hey, and that means that right there, too, is stronger than Israel. For you see your calling, brother, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. He said a lot of the wise men, a lot of these people you see on TV, a lot of these people running these countries, they ain't called. Just like when he found Yahushua in Galilee, the ghetto, the hood, same thing he calling you out. Now, I ain't saying you got to be in the hood, just being black is in the hood. I don't care where you live, in the suburbs or the suburb or whatever, you're still in the hood because you're still in the nation of Babylon. You're in Babylon. So, hey, that's what he's calling us from. He said, those people right there, I didn't call them. I ain't even asked for them. I ain't do none of that. He said, for you yourself calling brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. But God has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. He chose the thing that the bottom of the hood, the nasty, scraping, the ghettos, the ones that ain't been good, the ones been called everything but anything of God, but any child of God, the one that's been spit on, hurt, tore up, women gone bad, men gone bad, children gone bad. Those, he called them. He called them. So if your life ain't going right, that's all right. That's why you called. That's why you're watching the video. That's why you're in the truth now. It's because of that. You had to go through those things. That's when he called. He said, but God had chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. And that's why you're out in the streets now confusing the wise men. The pastors who thought they knew something, they went to theology school. You didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing but go to Sabbath class. And you wasn't getting taught by nobody with a degree. You getting taught by people who studied the Bible. That's all they did. That's it. But you can go out there and confound the wisest men from studying the Bible. And that's what we do. A lot of us made bad grades in school. Some of them, like I said on the Sabbath, some of them just got GEDs. Some of us went to college, wasn't doing nothing. Like I went to college. I did everything but college. I did everything but college. I went and partied. I went and did everything. I mean, everything they had but college. And so here we go here. Let's see this real quick. But like I said, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. I mean, well, when I found out I didn't have to go to class, you wasn't going to class no more. You know what I'm saying? They told me you don't have to go. What? So, I skipped every day. But then, and then just as you skip, it become a habit. So it became a habit not to go to class. The weird thing was going to class. But at the same time, the Most High right now, I don't miss class. Unless something just really come up. Other than that, I'm not trying to miss nothing. None of this. I miss all of that stuff I learned in the world. But right now, this ain't the time to be trying to miss nothing. This is the time you want to get something. What you got? 1 John 2 and 15. I pray for them. I pray not for the world. I think that's what that is. Let me see. Let's see. Because we're going to go ahead and read yours. Who's that spoke that? Crypto Brinks. All praises. Thanks for coming to class, man. What is that? 1 John 2 and 15. Let me read that. First John chapter 2 and verse 15. And it reads, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. That's a great scripture. That's exactly what I was saying. He ain't got us. That's not us. This ain't us. Squash State little learning. Squash State little old Cambridge and Squash State little old Harvard. Them Harvard people, all they doing is when those universities, if you want to look, if you got the love of money, if you got the love of the world, that's what those things are for. You're right, Lamar. College is nothing but an expensive daycare center. You ain't, boy. You're the dead on the knob, boy. I remember my charter rolled back in school, boy. I went up to the community college. But this time I done been all the way through school and I was just trying to finish up on some of the stuff. Man, I went in there, man. I think I was just in grade 13 or 14, bro. It was just like back at high school. I said, no, I can't do this, man. I can't do this. I'll take something online or something, but ain't nowhere in the world I'll be coming back to this stuff. But let's get back to the subject of matter, which is I think we just finished that up. We just finished. Now I want to keep going. That was 25. We're gonna go to 26. For ye sin your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty men. We already passed that. Not many noble are called, but God had chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And God had chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. And that's the thing about it. We at a weak position. Well, as bad as we want to do something, we really have no power to do anything. We can't change this government. We can't even go fight. A lot of us got some guns, but what guns gonna do when they turn the water off? What them guns gonna do when they turn your electricity off? What them guns gonna do when you got a tank in front of your house? We don't have no might, but that same people that's weak, that's at the bottom, God gonna use them to take down the mighty. He said he's gonna confound them, the mighty. He's gonna take them down. He's gonna have them confused and confounded, letting them know they done read the book of what is that book? The Art of War. Thinking that they know it all. Well, no, we got the Art of War. We got the man that created all things, so we ain't worried about that. And a base thing of the world, things which are despised, and that's what we despise. They despise us. Sun Tzu. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. We are the nation that's not desired. Although everybody want to look like it, but they don't want to be in this struggle. They don't want to take the struggle, but they want to be us, but they don't want the struggle though. And that's what he said. He said, the base thing of the world, we the bottom. And things which are despised had God chosen, yea, and things which are not to bring to naught things that are. Just because we ain't got it all, he said things that are not, he's gonna bring it to naught. I mean, bring us up. We gonna be up. They look at us now as they ain't nothing. And he's gonna take them down. The ones that they got everything. He's gonna bring them down. He's gonna bring them down. That in verse 29, that no flesh should glory in his presence. No flesh gonna be glory in his presence. Ain't no glory ain't no glory when you in the presence of the Most High. You can be whoa, oh my goodness. I mean, that you're gonna get down. You're gonna that's what you're gonna be. Even when John had met his son, when he seen his son, he gave the description at his feet because he had his head bowed down. When he had that glory upon him, when he came to John the Revelator, he had that glory upon him. He was like, man, brother, right in there, his feet like undefined brass. I ain't looking up at him. I'm not gonna look up at him. And that was just his son. So imagine the glory of the Most High God himself. All praises, Jerry. Glad to see you in the house. But look at the glory that he has, man. He said, and no flesh shall glory in his presence. You better not glorify yourself when the Most High right there. Man, y'all crazy and so. That's why I don't care how I look at it. How bad as I thought I was, I know dang on well right now I'm nothing. I'm absolutely nothing. But whatever God has me to do, that's it. Other than that, I have nothing. I'm nothing but that. Only thing, just like Israel, we are not a good nation if we ain't standing behind our God. Other than that, we garbage. We just like everybody else. No good for nothing. So that's why we need our God. I don't care what they do, but the only way we gonna operate, this battery's only work off God power. That's the only way Israel batteries work. If God ain't in it, turn off the machine. It's done. It does not work. So that's why I wanted to get that to you, just to reiterate. Now we're going to go into some of the Persia, where we finished off at. We're just going to go back over some of the Persia captivity and how we was different at that time. And I'm going to start out with Nehemiah. And we're going to go from Nehemiah chapter 4 and verse 1. But we're going to always kind of get there, and we're going to come back, go into the Greek and go into the Roman, and go into a couple of things about America. And I didn't want to get all the way in America because I want to do another class on just that. Being in America, coming out of this wicked place. We've done classes on that before. And it's going to start, we're going to be doing Nehemiah chapter 4, and we're going to start at verse 1. But it came to pass that when Sanballat heard that we built the wall, he was wroth. He was mad in the mud. See, that's what they do, man. 1917, I had just seen another thing about the oldest, one of the oldest black cities in America. Just so happened that downtown burned up. You know how that happened. Just like Rosewood, just like Black Wall Street, just like Atlanta, just like Tennessee, when they had all these places where black people building cities. And that's exactly what they were doing. They were mad. They were pissed off. They were pissed off. These niggas about to come up. Can't do that. They can't have y'all come up. Even the poor people can't have y'all come up. Because that, even the poor people think, well, can't let the Negroes come up because they'd be looking better than me. They'll outdo me. That's why I laugh when I see them homeless people. I'm like, how they think that even the homeless people, dirty, ragging, some of them, still think they're better than you. Still think they're better than you. But it came to pass that when Sanballat heard that we built the wall, he was wroth and took great indignation and mocked the Jews. And he started mocking us, talking about us. Because all we doing was trying to build us something. They got everything, but they want to build us something. All praise to God. Verse 2, and he spake before his brethren in the army of Samaria and said, what do these feeble Jews? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? Will they revive the stones out of their heaps of rubbish which are burned? Why are you worried about us? Why are you worried about us? And a lot of times when they come and join in anything that we got going on, like the civil rights movement, that's why they jump in there. So at the end of the day, when history is written, we help y'all. They trying to get on the side of the history. They play the middle. Okay, this history going good that way. Yeah, we were there too. Black Lives Matter movement. That's why they none of the stuff when they helping us out is never for our good. It's always something to take us back. Like the civil rights movement. Keep us in Christianity. Keep us thinking we need to live with them when we needed to be apart from them. That's what they always done. They always mad. They always want, what y'all doing? Always worried. What you worried about us for? But you don't want to stand up when the people get shot in the street. You ain't got nothing to say. But every time we got something going on, they want to know. They got to, hey, wait a minute. They get pissed if you don't have them in their organization. If you ain't letting them in and know what y'all doing in there. What y'all doing in them buildings? That's why they mad now, because they can't get in some of these schools. They can't get in them, so they pissed off what they got going on in there. Well, you best believe they're going to come at these schools here in a little bit. They already coming at us in the street. I thought it was just us, but then Sakari went through the same thing. The police came to them before they came to us that same day. So they're going to be coming at us. This is what they're going to be doing. This is about to go down, y'all. It's going down. Let's jump to verse 7. Verse 7 reads, but it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth. Now everybody mad. Everybody. Every nation. That's letting you know they all consolidate. They don't want us to raise up because the one thing they do that keeps them above, everybody's above us. So no matter how low they get, they're going to look down at y'all and say, well, I'm better than them. And get a motivation to move back up in their society, in this world. By looking at us. They got to have somebody at the bottom. And we the chosen people to be at the bottom according to the world. But according to the Most High God, we the chosen people to be at the top. So why do we go into the world? Why do we love the things of the world? Why do we want to be around them? Why do we want to get into the music business now? For what? Being a homosexual? Why would we want to get on TV? For what? It's all promoted. It ain't like they're going to let you write nothing. You just got to do what they say do. Why would you even want to get in the NBA or NFL when they're controlling the games? I didn't know that when I was growing up. Now you're hearing it like, what? Then you're seeing it. I done called out a couple of things what was going to happen before the Super Bowl, before it started. And exactly the same thing happened, exactly how I called it. And ain't nowhere in the world I should be able to do that. No way, no way, no way. But it is just that. Verse, he says, and all of them was wroth. Verse 8, and conspired all of them together to come and fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it. Then they want to fight us. All because we want to do this by ourselves. All because we want to build ourselves back up. And that's what they do. That's why they're mad on the streets now. That's why they call them the police now. Get them off the street. They're trying to build themselves back up. They're trying to tell their people the truth. They're trying to encourage their people to get better. Because if they get better, then I'm going to look terrible. Because I ain't doing what I'm supposed to be doing in this world. And we already know how they are. They always overtake stuff. As soon as they get something, they already know about you. They know how you can't get nothing because you overtake them. And they'll know not to give you that kind of business loan because then they'll be out of business. So they ain't going to do it. They all mad. All of them mad. All of them mad. Let's go to Ezra chapter 4, verse 11. This is the same in the Persian Mede captivity. So make sure y'all know that. Ezra and Nehemiah was in the Persian Mede captivity. Ezra chapter 4, verse 11. Now, when this is what they did. After we were doing this, they got mad at the king for letting them go and build this stuff. So they wrote a letter. And this is the letter that they wrote. This is the copy of the letter that they sent unto him. Even unto Artaxerxes the king. Artaxerxes the king. Thy servants, the men on this side of the river, and at such a time, be it known unto the king that the Jews which camp up from thee to us are come unto Jerusalem. They done came up here. Who let them up here? You did, king. They done came back to Jerusalem. They was probably in Jerusalem just kicking it like a song. Who say y'all can come back? How y'all get here? Ain't y'all supposed to be in captivity? He said, building a rebellious and the bad city, but yet they're in it. Yet they kicking it in it. Yes, they kicking it around it, but it's a bad city. And they finna build this city again and control it how they had it. Not how we have it, how they had it. And they set up the walls thereof and joined the foundation. Be it known now unto the king that if this city be built and the walls set up again, they will not pay toll. You already, that's just telling, boy. This hating like a mug. This hating. Boy, and they're like they said, boy. Snitches get stitches. Man, they getting some stitches when it's time for us to rise up, boy. They just telling like a mother. Man, imagine them being in the penitentiary and they doing this right here. They'll be in solitary confinement the rest of their life, or the rest of their term. Because they couldn't get out to the world. And then if they doing that, somebody gonna send a guard in them. They're gonna poison his food. Ain't no way in the world you can snitch like this. But this is what they do. This is what they do. He said, now because he said, hold on, he said, then they would not pay toll, tribute, and custom. We ain't gonna do this. They ain't gonna do your custom that you talking about doing. And so thou said, and damage the revenue of the king. They gonna bring your pocket low. That's why they don't want us on them corners. Telling people you ain't supposed to be buying or selling on the Sabbath. Telling people you ain't supposed to be celebrating Christmas, all the Christmas money gone. Ain't nobody buying no turkeys. Ain't nobody buying no candy. And every little thing, they got something every month. And we ain't putting in their system on those days. We ain't putting in them churches. Oh, they pissed. We messing up their revenue. And you know how people get when you mess with their money. That's why I hope we can get more and more of our people to come out of these places. Quit doing these things. And like I said, man, when we do that, it said pull yourself up out of bootstrap. Then when you start pulling hate group, that's exactly what they do. Red tie was that poems? Peons? Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what they do. And Lamar, yeah, it flipped their wig, man. It trips them out. They get mad in the mud. These niggas down there trying to make themselves good, make themselves better. Like that's a problem. But nobody got a problem with anybody else doing anything. Nobody. They say we violent, but then you look over in Israel right now, they dropping bombs on babies and children and women and something down now. Same thing. America ain't got no problem with it because America done the same thing. They got weapons of mass destruction. Drop bombs all over the city. When it killed the man, that man didn't even have a firecracker. But they killed him. Weapons of mass destruction. That's what they were looking for. So they don't have a problem with it. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Where we at? Verse 14. But now because we have maintenance from the king's palace, and it was not meant for us to see the king dishonored. Therefore have we sent and certified the king. We sent the letter, man, because man, you ain't informed. Like all of a sudden now they demanding the king. You should have informed us. You should have informed us that you was gonna let these people try to get better. Shoot, just like they do in America. When the president want to do something for us, pow, gone. They'll kill their own if you standing up for them. Yep, same thing Abraham Lincoln, what he did. Bam, let's get gone. John F. Kennedy, oh yeah, man, got out. Nah, bet you won't. You can't do that. Boom, he gone. He wasn't the only one assassinated. It was two other ones. You better not try to help us out. You better not help them pull themselves up with get the other side of the boot while they pulling their bootstraps up. You better not help them. Fire. Gone. It's a sad thing, man, but they would do that to each other. Let's drop down to verse 17. Verse 17. Then said the king in answer unto unto Rehum the chancellor, and to the Shimshai the scribe, and the rest of their companions that dwell in Samaria, and unto the rest beyond the river, peace at such a time. At such a time. The letter which ye sent unto us had been plainly read before us, and I commanded, and search had been made, and it is found that the city of the old time had made insurrection against kings. This is who we were. We didn't follow nothing about of the world. He looked at the old records. And he said, man, they made insurrection against the king. Yeah. Hold on. Y'all probably got some. What it they and that rebellion and sedition have been made therein? There have been mighty kings. There have been mighty kings also over Jerusalem, which have ruled over all countries beyond the river, and toll, tribute, and custom was paid unto them. Give ye now commandment to cause these men to cease, and that this city not be built until another commandment shall be given for us. So here he is. He done let them talk them out of helping us out. Stop them. Stop. I ain't know all that. I ain't know y'all was rebellious. I didn't know y'all was different. But that's what we supposed to be. We ain't supposed to be agreeing with this world, agreeing with these rulers of this wicked kingdom. That ain't never been us. That ain't never been us. You're right. God keeping them busy while his children rising up. And they can go ahead and fight all the wars they like, man. They can go ahead and do all those things that they like. We need to just do what we're supposed to do. Let them go on. Let them be occupied. Let them be on TikTok. Let them be on everything else, having fun all the time. We just need to start doing what we're supposed to be doing. That's what we need to continue doing. All right, that's on that one. So I want to go back. We're going to go read some of this Judith. Let's go into this Judith. And I don't know if y'all read Judith. Well, we read Judith chapter 5. Y'all need to always go back and read that. Because one thing about the Judith, when they started, he going to tell our whole history. You think they don't keep a big eye on us? Boy, when you read Judith chapter 5 from the beginning on down, I think it's 1 through 24, when you read that, they break down our history. Like half of us don't know our history. They can break it down. They know us better than we know ourselves. They can break it down. So the fact of the matter is, so we read that the other day. I read the whole chapter right there, but y'all need to go back and read that. Study that chapter, man. It is a great read. It's a great read. So, but I want to just get a couple of them out of them. We're going to go on to the Persian. But it says, chapter 5, it's verse 3 is what I want first. And verse 3, it reads, and he said unto them, tell me now, ye sons of Canaan, who this people is that dwelleth in the hill country, and what are the cities that are inhabited? He said, man, who are these people, man? They ain't doing what everybody else did when we pull up on the block. They ain't coming out and greeting me or none of that. I'm the man, and why they chilling up in the hills like that? Because we don't bow down to nobody but our God. And then let's read, and what is this multitude of their army? And where in their power and strength? And what king is set over them, or captain of their army? Man, hold on, these different people, so he needs to know everything about them. So he done dealt with everybody else. I done conquered all this other stuff. What's wrong with these people? Hey, man, they ain't heard about me. They ain't heard about me. And you know how black folks are, nigga. We don't care about you. And that's what we are. We always been that kind of people. Man, forget you. We like that with each other. Imagine when we was in our glory and going up against other nations like that, man. Nigga, you better get out of my face. I don't know you. I don't know you like that. And that's how they were like, well, who is this people, man, that won't do this? So yeah, so then when you read the rest of it, he breaks down our whole history, backwards and forward, backwards and forward. But I'm gonna go down to 22, the last part of it, and I'm gonna start at 22 and 24, and we at chapter 5, verse 22, 24. The rest of it, y'all need to go back and make sure you read that. Make sure you get a nice one of that. Habakkuk 1 and 5, behold, ye are among the heathen, and regard and wonder. You're right. That's a good precept. We are. That's what we are among the heathen. We are a wonder. We are a wonder. They wonder how these Negroes survive. We talk about it. We beat them up. We shoot them in the streets. We put them in slavery. We put them in prison. These Negroes just won't go away. That's what they do. That's why they're like, man, God damn, what else can we do? Now, this is verse 22. And when Achior had finished these sayings, all the people standing around about. This is when the dude broke down the whole history. He was like, look, man, if that Moses is with their God and they keeping their commandments, don't mess with them. So, but if they're not keeping their commandments, we can take them. No problem. We can go right in there right now. We can win. I told you the history. I'm telling you, it's their God. It's their God is their secret. It's their God that's doing everything. He done broke it down to them. And now here he is right now. He said that when this Achior was an Ammonite, he the one telling the whole story. Because he called the Moabites and the Ammonites, and he was like, say, man, tell me about the people. Because man, we dealt with the Ammonites and the Moabites all the time. So they knew us. His other nations come like, man, who are these people? Then he was like, shit, man, look, I'm going to tell you what. So he broke down our whole history. And he said, man, let's go check. You can go check and see if they saying it. If they ain't no worshiping other idols. If they in there eating swine's flesh, crab legs, and all that type of stuff, we can take them right tonight. And they'll be out of here. Because they God don't work with them when they in their sin. They God work with them when they not in their sin. So that's what he's going through. And he done broke this down and he done broke it all down for him. And when he done broke it all down for him, now here it is at the end after he done told him everything. And he's like, man, hey, if they're keeping them laws, just leave them alone. We ain't gonna win this war. Unless God gonna make us look like a fool. He said, and when Achior had finished these sayings, all the people standing around about the tent murmured, and the chief men of Holofernes, and all that dwelt by the seaside and in Moab spake that he should kill him. Man, kill him. By the time to hear that. That's what they were saying. Can't be. Not so. No way. No way. Not these people. No, not them. No, can't tell me that. For to say we will not be afraid of the face of the children of Israel. And that's what they're telling us now. We ain't afraid of y'all, but on the cool they are. For lo, it is a people that have no strength, nor power for a strong battle. That's how they look at us. We ain't got no strength. We're only the strongest. We ain't got no power. We only the most powerful. And we ain't strong in battle. But you scared to fight. That's how they look at us, man. Now, therefore, Lord, hopefulness, we will go up, and they shall be a prey to be devoured of all thine army. And that's the thing about it. They preparing to come up against us in a minute. But they got another thing coming. Because it ain't going down like that. It's not going down like that. And let's go to 2 Maccabees while we're in Apocrypha. Because we're going to go into this Apocrypha now. Meaning, because we're going to go right into the Greek. Coming right into this Greek captivity. And now we are at 2 Maccabees chapter 7. Y'all got to read chapter 7. If you have not read chapter 7, you got to read chapter 7, the whole thing. I'm just going to give you a little bit. But this is about the women and the children who, boy, when it came, this is how bad they wasn't going to eat that pork. I don't give a damn how you fried it, barbecued it, grilled it, or whatever. They wasn't eating that pork. And they were letting it be known And it says, this verse, we're going to start at verse 1. And it came to pass also that 7 brothers with their mothers were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh. They were compelled by the king. Made. You better eat that goddamn pork chop. You better go, you better take a bite out that pig feet. I just was in the restaurant, the soul food the other day. Brother came in his mug. Yeah, give me an order. Pig feet. Boy, that was the nastiest looking thing. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was so nasty. I remember, oh boy, it was horrible looking. He just got a big plate of just, they look like this. Somebody just cut them some guns off the pig feet. And let's read, boy. And it came to pass also that the 7 brothers with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to eat swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldst thou ask or learn of us? What you ask or learn? Don't you want to know some of us? Why? So we can teach you why we don't eat that? Because it's full of parasites? Won't you just ask us why we ain't gonna eat it? Instead of trying to make us eat it. And then he said, we are ready to die. We ready this. If you just ask, this how bad we tell you, look, King, we ready to die for this. We ready to die. See, but a lot of y'all in the truth, y'all not ready to die. Some of y'all still scared of death. But you got to know, being in the truth, you going to probably have to die for this truth. Some of y'all ain't ready to die. You talk a good game. Would you take a bullet for your brother? Would you take a bullet for your sister? You talk a good game. You look like you might do something. You're right. You're right, Sharonda. That is exactly right. 100% dead on the knob. If you follow commandments, you don't fear death. You shouldn't fear no death. You should know it's coming. But at the same time, you should know your God is there for you too. That's one thing you should know. And I'm going to read this next one. But one of them that spake first said, thus, what thou you ask or learn of us? Won't you ask us or something? We'll let you know. We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers. We ready to die than not to keep the commandments. And that's the fight they trying to fight you with. That's the day they waiting on. That's the day they waiting on for you to step outside these commandments. I knew it. I knew it. I knew that nigga wasn't gonna stay in there. I knew it. I knew that was just a fad. They waiting on that. But you gotta stand up, letting them know, man, I die for this truth. I die to keep the commandments. And that's what we gotta start doing. Because they ready to come at us. We just read in Judah. They ready to come at us. They gathering together to come at us. But we got to be ready to die for this truth. We got to be ready to die for our God. We got to be ready to die for these law, statutes, and commandments. We got to. We different. We not like the rest of them. We only get commandments from our God. They get commandments from another man fighting in a war that they don't have nothing to do with. That's why I tell people that's in the military coming up. I was in the military. I fought for you. No, you didn't. Because if you fought for me, you wouldn't even have to you wouldn't have to get on no plane and go overseas. You could have went right down to Austin, Texas. You could have went to Washington, D.C. and whatever capital city or whatever the military bases are in America. And you could have fought right there if you was fighting for me. You could have went right to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and blew up the building with the guy that lived there in it. that would have been a good fight for me if you was fighting for me. So don't tell me you're fighting for me when you ain't did that. Let's go to 1 Maccabees 1:41. 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41. And it reads, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. This is where they get that from. America doing the same thing. We should be one people. But still look at us at the bottom. That's exactly, we all the same. No, we not. Don't put me in that category. You ain't even made us equal, but you gonna say we all the same? No, we not. Look around. Every city, every ghetto, and every place you be in, just like the Lord here said. What you find in New Jerusalem, and there ain't nothing good there. We at the bottom, and we ain't all equal. We ain't all equal. He said that all should be one people. And he said that everyone should leave his laws. We should leave our laws. That's exactly what they want you to do right now. That's what they want you to do right now. Leave your laws. Just leave your laws. Come on. They don't even obey their own laws. So why would I leave my law to go to an unjust system where y'all won't even obey your laws? Y'all use y'all laws against us. Why would I leave my laws? I'm going back to my laws. I see y'all laws, they don't work for us. Those laws work for you. They don't work for us. So I need to go back to the laws that work for us. Work for us. So, hey, we're going back to my God. Verse 43. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to this religion, his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Sabbath. They same thing they did now. There ain't nothing changed. They consent to this world. They stand up and do the Pledge of Allegiance. They love America. They love every president. They can't wait to vote. They think they're intellectual when they're talking about politics. And we know it's garbage. I mean, what? Pick the next Klansman to lead over us? Is that? What kind of voting is that? I can't even tell the difference. All of them got sheets on. He said, for the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem. This is verse 44. For the king has sent messengers. Oh, and hold on, right back. I want to go right back at again, 43. Yea, many also Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. Yeah, you go to Sabbath on Sunday. Turn into another pagan day, Sunday. Even though the other one's on the Sabbath. That's why I don't even use the word Saturday. I try my best to say Sabbath. Even at my job, they be like, what day? I said, man, on the Sabbath. They said, huh? What is that? They want you to profane it. You can go by. That's why they give you a check on Friday. That's why they give you a check on Friday. So you can go in and profane the Sabbath. Verse 44, for the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, and they should follow the strange laws of the land. This is what everybody always saying. You don't obey the laws of the land. This is what they were saying. When they go against God's laws, we don't obey them no more. Forget that. Forget that. Crazy. I'm going to go with God before I go with anything the man say. Get this mark on your hand. No, I ain't doing that. No, I'm not doing that. He said, he said, and that they should profane the Sabbath and festival days. You ain't supposed to be doing yours. That's why we got out of it. We don't even know what ours are. People eating turkey and dressing and all this stuff at this time. For what? I'm not going to celebrate that. I ain't going to have nothing to do with it. You got 360 days that you could have cooked some turkey, but you're going to cook it right at this time. Man, dressing. Y'all got to be out your mind. I'm not touching it. And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath and festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people. This is what they're saying we should do. Pollute them with what? Christianity, Baptist, Methodist, Pentecost, Lutheran, Jehovah's Witness. Now some of them getting into Scientology, Islam. Pollute them. Politics, pornography, everything. Pollute them. Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts. Everything to get us to do a lot. They saying give it all up and do everything that your God said. That's exactly what they telling us in America. That's exactly what they telling us to do in America. Go against everything your God said do. Go against everything your God said do. I should have did that class. I was going to do that on Thanksgiving and give y'all some history of Thanksgiving. That should have been something I did. Maybe I'll get that information to Yari or the Barakaya, because I think Barakaya do the class tomorrow. So I might go ahead and let him get that information and probably bring that out. I don't know what he's doing. I'll call and see about that tonight. So we'll probably have that for you. I have a lot of history on that. I should have brought it out this time, but I want to finish this up. And he says, verse 48, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised, meaning don't follow no laws, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, meaning, like they said, do as thy will. You can do what you want here. We ain't got nothing. You can do anything you want. You just better not be going to keeping your God's laws. Y'all remember that raising Harlem. Don't let me see you shoot no dog. You just don't let me see you keeping God's laws. That's what they saying. You just don't let me see you keeping God's laws. And that's what our people doing. They making sure. They take that scripture out of Paul and they just make it, and it does not make sense when you go through there. The law is spiritual. All those things about the law. But they don't understand that at all. So they know. Only reason they telling you that because they can't do it. Only reason they telling you that because it wasn't given to them. So they want you to profane everything you got. Everything who you are. And besides, the Most High God said that is our, better yet, let's get that. Deuteronomy 4 and 6. We brought that out again the other day. And I wanted to bring that out because one thing he gave us. See, it ain't the fact that you just giving up, not keeping the laws. The black people really don't even understand this. What they're giving up is their heritage. And they agreeing when they go into church. You don't have to keep the laws. Meaning you don't have to use your heritage. You don't have to keep up with your heritage, not yours. Let's go to Deuteronomy 4 and start at 5, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgment, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them. For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation, is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is so great, who God has so unto them as our Lord God in all the things that we have called upon him, upon him for. This is what our God, this is what we need the law. Because they activate our God. So they telling you, no, don't do that. Because when you do that, if y'all don't do that, y'all gonna make y'all God gonna start working. They know your God will work. They know. That's why they don't want you to activate them. Where is that? I'm looking for 6 and 25. That's what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. But oh well, I get it another time. And that's so simple. Something that I know for sure. They just won't go in my head right now. But hey, let's go back. Maccabees right here, and we're gonna start at 50. No, let's start at 49. To the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. They was ready to put us to death. So we should be ready to die for our God. If it meant so much that they would kill us for that, that means it's worth something. It's worth something. It's worth something that they'll kill us for it. And you're right, Sharon. Hey, it's perfect. There's so much stuff in the laws that it's all they're talking about, but they profane it. But that's exactly what they did during the Greek time. It's exactly what they said. That's exactly what they said. They don't want you going back to the law. So that's why we got to know that when we go in and keeping God's law, statutes, commandments, it's something that's great for us. Why do you think they fight so hard to stop you from doing it? They'll kill you because you're doing it. They'll kill you. So if it's something that they'll kill for, you best believe it must be something great. It must be something great. Even though the white man don't give a damn, he'll kill you for anything else. But when they telling you, I'll kill you because you're trying to keep them laws and your ordinances and your festivals, must be something great. Verse 51. In the same manner wrote he to his whole kingdom and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city. And just probably like Egypt, they probably put the same overseers like they did in Egypt, our own people. So we'll continue hating each other because one ruling over another, and we both at the bottom. He said, let's read 51. In the same manner wrote he to his whole kingdom and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city. Then when many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit, everyone that forsook the law, and so they committed evils in the land. So they began to commit evils in the land. And then look, and drove the Israelite into secret places, even wheresoever they could flee for succor. See, even when they sit up there and tell you, forsake everything you got, you give up your laws, give up your God, and do all this thing, even when you consent to it, they still kill you and run you off. Sound familiar? Same thing. Even when they got us to worship their God, that Caesar Borgia, even when they got us to worship that God, at the same time, as soon as we still worshiping that, we in the church, we dancing, we praising, we voting for them, we cheer for them, we talk about them more than anything. We think they building everything. We think they're the gods of everything, and they still don't give a damn about us. Still don't. No matter how much Mr. Ruckus agreed with white folks, white people never accepted it. Never accepted. Let's stay in Maccabees. Let's go for chapter 2 and verse 10. Let's start at 10. Second Maccabees 2 and 10. First Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 10 is what I mean. And it reads, what nation had had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? What nation? All nations have had a part. They all take from us. All her ornaments are taken away. Of free women, she has become a bond slave. And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty and our glory is laid waste, and the Gentiles have profaned it. They done this. They said we ugly, so now we're going to get their hair. They said our clothes is ugly. Now we wearing their clothes. To what end, therefore, shall we live any longer? Why we need to live any longer, man? It ain't just not just gonna get better. Then Mattathias and his sons rent their clothes and put on sackcloth and mourn very sore. In the meanwhile, the king's officers, such as compelled the people to revolt, came in unto the city Modim to make them sacrifices. And when many of the Israel came unto them, Mattathias also and his sons came together. Then answered the king's officers and said to Mattathias of this wise, thou art a ruler and an honorable and great man in this city, and strengthened with sons and brethren. Now therefore come thou first and fulfill the king's commandment, like as all the heathen have done. Yea, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain at Jerusalem. So shall thou and thy house be in the number of the king's friends. Come and do what we doing. Come and kick it with us. Come be like us. And you'll be my friend. Who, like they said, with friends like these, you don't need enemies. So shoot, man, you crazy? So he said, that Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice, though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him and fall away, everyone from religion of their fathers, they all leave the Chinese coming over there, Chinese Christian now. Everybody got a church. Vietnamese got a church. Mexicans got a church. Blacks got a church. Whites got a church. Everybody, all these niggas, Germans got a church. They even got a cowboy church. I don't know if y'all not in Texas, they got a cowboy churches. Everybody gave up all of their little places where they come from. The great migration, the melting pot, all come here, give up all of their stuff. He says, though all the nations are under the king's dominion, obey him and fall away, everyone from his religion of their fathers, and give consent to his commandment. Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. That's what we going. We ain't gonna be worried about you, Negro. We done seen how you do that. They all do that. We see how you friends with them, but we also see how you treated us. Yet will he said, we gonna walk in our fathers, covenant of our fathers. We're just refusing. And then verse 21, God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinance. We will not hearken to the king's word to go from our religion, either on the right hand or the left hand. We ain't veering off no kind of way, partner. We stand to this truth. Mama, you can't talk me out of this. Daddy, you can't talk me out of this. Brother, you can't talk me out of this. Sister, you can't talk me out of this. Pastor, you can't talk me out of this. I know the truth. I'm set free by learning this truth. We will not hearken to the king's words to go forth from our religion, either on the right hand or the left hand. Now, when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all the sacrifice on their altar, which was at Modin, according to the king's commandment. Which thing, when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled. Neither could he forbear to show the anger according to the judgment. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar. Nigga, please. How you gonna be over there with them? He mad. Mattathias is pissed. He said, I'm gonna read that again. We would not hearken, he said, verse 23. Now when he had left to speak in these words, there came one of the Jews. That's what y'all didn't get. This one of the Jews. This one that conform, going with the world, going with the king. Our pastors cast on the street that's not in the truth. This is what happens. In the sight of all the sacrifice that on the altar, which was at Modin, according to the king's commandment, which thing when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed. He was like, man, you worshiping they stuff, man. You know we ain't supposed to be doing that. But here you are. Mattathias was mad at him. What? When he killed that Negro right at the altar, you gonna profane our God? You just profane our God. And now you mad, man? You tripping. He got so mad, he just went over there and killed him right there in the altar. That's mad, man. It's gonna get to that point, man. This is what your people gonna be coming at you. They're gonna be on our enemy side. He said, my ignorant cousin told me he's afraid I love the commandments more than I love God. Hit him with John 14:15. But the thing about it is, the commandments are God. That's crazy. Boy, that I told you, man, they did a number on us, man. They have done a number on us. If we could just get out there and put in that work on the streets and put in more work than they have put on our own people, man, we'll get somewhere. Well, they did that with the lynching Panther, boy. It worked. It worked. Verse 27. Let's go down to 27. And Mattathias cried out throughout the city and with a loud voice saying, whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me. Whoever gonna do these laws, statutes, and commandments, y'all come with me. I don't want the rest of y'all to come around there. I'm gonna have to do the same thing I did to the last brother. Stab him. I'm about to stab him. So, but then it says, so he, verse 28, so he and his sons fled into the mountains and left all that ever they had in the city. Sometimes that's what y'all got to do. You got to leave everything behind. When you want to go against God, you got to leave everything that you had in that world. You got to leave it back there. If you got to walk into the kingdom with a 2-piece and a toenail, that's it. Gone. Because you got to leave everything else back there. You got to leave it all alone. That's a lot of times a lot of people don't want to let go. They don't want to let go of old things, man. They always want to hold on to something. They always want to hold on to somebody. But you can't. You got to go. You got to move. I got to go. I can only get there. I got to go in there by myself. I can't bring nobody. You better come on if you're coming. If you're coming, come on. And that's what we need to be in this truth. He said, verse 29, the many that sought after justice and judgment went down into the wilderness to dwell there, both they and their children and their wives and their cattle, because affliction increased sore upon them. Well, that can't matter. To the point we might have to just run to the wilderness. We ain't got to be carried. We got to get out to the wilderness. We can't be comfortable in these homes because they're finna come at us. They're finna come at us. They're gonna come at us. Verse 31. Now, when it was told the king's servant and the host that was at Jerusalem in the city of David, that certain men who had broken the king's commandment were gone down into the secret places in the wilderness, they pursued after them a great number, and having overtaken them, they camped against them and made war against them on the Sabbath day. And that's another story y'all got to go and read into, because that's what they got to do. They're going to fight us on the Sabbath day when they know we ain't supposed to be doing no work. That's what they did. Come to fight us on the Sabbath day. Let's go to 50 in the same chapter, verse 50. Now therefore, my son, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. Give your life for this thing, man. See, when you're ready to take a stand against wickedness, when you're ready to take a stand and stop, tired of being on the bottom, tired of this wicked kingdom, I hate this life. And you should too. Even Yahushua told us, man, you better even you supposed to hate your own life. He said, man, and now therefore, my son, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. Culture remembers that what acts our fathers did in their time. We need to look back and see all the good, great things that they did when God went and did something for us when we kept these laws. We were never forsaken. It was time we broke the laws. He still brought us out. Still brought us out. Culture remembers what the acts of our fathers did in their time. So shall ye receive great honor and in everlasting name. That's what you need. You need a new name. That's why you got new names now. That's why you got Israelites' name, Hebrew name. You had to go and get a new name. Because you ain't that person no more. You had to come out of yourself and step into who you truly are. Your heritage. Because you ain't the same. We different. We not like everybody else. We just got to go on back to being who we really are. You were born to be different. You were born to be different, man. You great. You something else. Let's go to First Maccabees. Let's go to 3. We're just going to roll down here real quick. 3 and 48. This is how great you are. I'm going to show you something. Y'all read this before. And laid open the book of the law wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their image. See, when they read this book, they were like, God dang it. So we look at ourselves, we look down upon ourselves as we God people. When they read our book, our history book, they know we were great. They know we were so great, they replaced us with them. I want to be them. I want to be them. That's why Hitler was pissed. His own people. Y'all want to take on this nigger religion? They want to be us bad. We don't even want it. They see the greatness that the Most High God do for us. They see the greatness. And we don't even want it. We want to be like everybody else. And they know you special. They know you better than them. They know. That's why they ain't giving you no money. Hell no, nigga, you better go shuck and dance before you get us $1 from us. You better know how to throw a football. You better know how to dribble. You better know how to sing and rap and tap dance. We ain't giving you nothing if you ain't finna entertain me. Because they know. They know who you are. They know you better than everybody else. That's why they make sure you don't get it. You don't let them niggas know. Let's go to 2 Maccabees chapter 6. This is all in there in the Greek captivity. This is showing you how much better you are at this time. Chapter 6, verse 12. You are a great person, man. Not because you was cool, because God said you was, man. And it's crazy when you try to tell people that, nah, I want to be like them because they look like they got something. Well, that stuff gonna dry up and you ain't gonna have none of that. But check this out. I love this. I don't know. This is one of my favorite parts of the scriptures when I read this because it's a hard hitting area. I read it all the time. And it says, now I beseech those that read this book, that they be not discouraged for those calamities, but that they judge those punishments not to be for our destruction, but for a chastening of our nation. That's what we went through. See, that's why we got a whooping. Because our God loves us so much that hey man, look, I'm punishing y'all, but not to destroy you, to make you better, to make you grow, to make you understand who I said you are. But then here we go. For it is a token of great goodness when the wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished. Watch this. For it is a token of his great goodness when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punishment. We get punished. We get punished. For not as with other nations. See, he don't punish other nations like that. Because that ain't they daddy. When you at that park, like I said, when you the one acting bad with the rest of them, your daddy come and grab you, yank, and whoop your butt. But daddy, they had did it. I'm gonna get on them later. Right now, they're between you and you, my son. I'm gonna take you back in the back room and bust your butt. I'll deal with them later. Right now, I'm gonna deal with you. That's what your father did. That's what our father did. For not with other nations, whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish. He patiently. The Most High patient with. I'm not even worried. I'm gonna get him. I'm patiently waiting. And watch why he doing that. He patiently forbeareth to punish, till they become to the fullness of their sin. He letting it get way up here. See, you was getting a whooping right here. Then when you moved up a little bit, you got a whooping right there. Then when you moved up a little bit, you got a whooping right there. Then when you moved up a little bit, you got a whooping right there. And there, he letting theirs get way up here. He been tearing your butt up. That's why you ain't jumped so high. That's why you ain't as ruthless as you think you are. You ain't ruthless like this white man. You ain't ruthless like Ishmael. He letting their sins get way up there. But you been getting that whooping. You been wanting to be like that. You was wanting to be like him. But you been getting that whooping. So you don't go out there. You think twice when you go outside now. For not as with our nation, whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish, till they become to the fullness of their sin. So dealeth he with us. Because that's our Father. So he dealing with us. He letting them go ahead. Because I got something for them. But right now, son, finna whoop your butt. You finna get your butt whooped. I'm gonna deal with them. I know they bullies. I know they taught you into that bull crap. But right now, I'm getting you. And that's just what a father does. That's what a good father does anyway. That's what a good father does. And now we out of the Greek, we in the wrong. We almost done, y'all. Let's go to John chapter 18. St. John chapter 18. And we're going to start at verse 35. And it reads, I ain't even there yet. I'm talking about it reads, and I ain't even got it yet. And it reads, Pilate answered, Am I a Jew? Thine own nation and chief priests have delivered thee unto me. What you do? That they done brought you to me. What you do? That's what Pilate's like, man, what you done did, man? God dang. We the one normally running around here and killing folks. They brought you to me. You must have did something bad for that to happen. He said, and have delivered unto thee unto me. What you do? Jesus answered, my kingdom is not of this world. He said, I'm a king. I'm not of this world. You a king. You not of this world. You a princess. You're not of this world. He said, if my kingdom were of this world, then will my servants fight? He said, if my kingdom was of this world, my servants will come and whoop your stinking, strangle hair butt. So I'm cutting back on my cousin. How about that? He telling man, shoot, if I was king, man, my servants come tear your butt up right now, man. He said, my kingdom not of this world. If my kingdom was of this world, then would my servants fight that I should not be delivered to the Jews? But now is my kingdom not from them. It's not from him. It's not from here. Our kingdom ain't right now. That's one thing we got to understand. Our kingdom, this ain't our kingdom. I don't know what y'all grabbing on for. This ain't ours. Believe me, they let us know every day, this ain't ours. This ain't a part of us. Y'all ain't a part of this. Well, y'all can have it. Because when I go to Revelations in 21:12 and see a wall great and high with the stones and the shoot, this ain't nothing. I should have went into Solomon. Solomon was like that. When they seen that we do things big, get it big, we got it from our God. Because that's who we are. We don't just, we always, we even the Mexicans, when they go out, they boots even look, they boots even bam. Just forget that. We ain't like them goddamn white boys, cowboys. They boots carry all up. But they're 5 inches this way. We ain't wearing them like them white boys. Be out on that damn floor. Boy, doing their thing. Turquoise. They be having turquoise boots with a turquoise belt on. And a cowboy hat. Making sure they let you know, we ain't like them. We ain't like them. That's how we all got to be. Different. He said, Pilate therefore said unto him, thou art the king then. Jesus answered, thou said that I am a king. To this end was I born, and for this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness unto the truth. Everyone that is of the truth heareth my voice. See, a lot of times y'all be trying to get people in the truth, they just don't hear a voice. They not of the fold. It's a hard thing to swallow sometimes. Like even Paul was saying, man, I wish everybody in Israel could get saved. I wish all of them. Same thing I wish. I wish all of Israel can be saved. Everybody, but everybody ain't. Everybody not. So a lot of times we can't keep trying to make something happen when they didn't call. Like he said, my sheep hear my voice. They hear my voice. So a lot of times you want you don't when you're hearing them, hey, my sheep hear my voice. So if they ain't hear what you're saying and you bring it out coming out the Bible, probably because they ain't his sheep. Probably because they just not his sheep. Stay in John. Let's go to 17 and verse 9. That's a chapter back. And verse 9. And it says, I pray for them. I pray not for the world. See, that right there is a contradiction to John 3:16. I pray for them. I pray not for the world. But for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. The Israelites that you gave me, they're mine. I pray for them. I don't pray for everybody else. Y'all was like, man, I watch that. They act like they didn't believe that they call themselves Christians, but they go against everything the Most High God is telling them. I came for only the house of Israel, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. I pray for them. I pray not for the world. But boy, boy, makes you mad when you just look and think about the stuff. Let's go over to verse chapter 19 in St. John. Stay in St. John, chapter 19, verse 7. The Jews answered him, we have a law, and by our law we are to die, because he made himself the Son of God. When Pilate therefore heard that saying, he was more afraid. See, I read this for a reason. I read this for a reason. Because I want y'all to pay close attention to this. I want you to pay very close attention to this. It said, the Jews asked him, we have a law, and by our law, he ought to die. Because to them, that was blasphemy by saying you're the Son of God. That's what they claim. And now, look what Pilate says, though. Because he made himself the Son of God. When Pilate therefore heard that saying, Pilate was more afraid. Like, whoa, he what? And the way he's acting, his demeanor, not getting mad, and the way he was responding to him. So Pilate's like, shh, man, no, man. Y'all, I don't know, y'all tripping, man. Hey, man, this just might be the Son of God. That's Pilate thinking. He's afraid like, oh, man, I don't know about it. Y'all want me to kill him? Y'all want me to kill him? And he said he's the Son of God? Pilate like, whoa, I don't know about that. Why Pilate said, man, hold on. Wash my hands on this one right here. I don't know about that, bro. Pilate was afraid. Jump on to verse 12. And from this forth, Pilate sought to release him. Pilate was like, shh, man, y'all gonna let this mother go. I don't care what y'all talking about. I'm starting to believe. I done question this man. I don't find nothing wrong with him. He said all the perfect stuff. And you know how hard it is to please a Caesar, a Pilate, Pontius Pilate, a Caesar in Rome. You know how hard it is to please them. And he done went in there and he ain't even say nothing. Then he said a few little things. They like, God damn, I don't know about this one. He's sitting back in that throne, man. I don't know what to say, man. Y'all might need to deal with this for sure. Pilate was scared. And from henceforth, Pilate sought to release him, but the Jews cried out, saying, if thou let this man go, thou art not Caesar's friend. He said, man, if you let this man go, you ain't Caesar's friend. Whosoever make himself a king, speaking against King Caesar. Now they done trying to convince him, the same way they did with him in the Greeks. Remember in the Persian Mede, it was always till they come to convince him. Hey man, say man, look, you better not let these people. Same thing happened in Rome. They know, even our own people know. They know we better than everybody. They know who we are. They don't want to be that. They don't mind being at the bottom. That sounds like Uncle Ruckus to me. And we got a lot of them in our nation. And he said, whosoever maketh himself a king speaketh against Caesar. They're going to convince Caesar. No, man, do not let that man go. Let's go to Revelation chapter 18. We're almost done here. It's going to be my shortest class. Chapter 18 and verse 3. For all nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. All these nations, everybody getting rich. Where our money? Where ours? Everybody getting rich. Everybody can come over here from another country. We've been here since built up the old country, but everybody can come here and immediately they get. Then they'll say, "I didn't have nothing." Well, how the hell you get a store? How you get a 7-Eleven if you came over here with nothing? Even Donald Trump said he started his business with nothing. He only got a small $1 million loan from his daddy. Meaning, if you got a $1 million loan for your daddy, you was living good all your whole life until you need the money to start your own life. That's $1 million loan. They better not give us $1 million. Not real godly man. Oh, they know. Why they damn sure that's why they not giving you Negroes no reparation. They'll give you a stimulus check, $1,400. You can't go buy nothing but a TV and a pack of bubble gum. That's it. Yeah, they give you $1,400. And we be thinking, oh man, they love us. Man, you crazy. You got a TV and now you need the internet, but you ain't got enough money to get the internet with it. So you just got a smart TV. Your TV dumb than a mud now. Verse 4. Now it says, yeah, I already read that. In verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people," not everybody, just my people. Remember when your mama called down the street? She didn't call for everybody. She called your name. You come in the house. You know, it's like I tell her, y'all get in this house, get out from out there. Come out of her, my people, us, that we be not partakers of her sin. Y'all better not be out there acting a fool like them. Come out of her. And that ye receive not her plague. That you don't receive that stuff that they finna get. Remember we read that in Maccabees. He letting theirs build up. No, you finna come in and get a whooping now, so you don't be like that. Because if you get to that point, I'm about to kill you. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 6. And we're going to start at verse 17. And it reads, "Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, said the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you." See, the only way we're going to get back to our God is we got to come out of this world. We got to try to be like them. We can't be nothing like them. Nothing like them. Nothing. We got to let it go, man. We got to let it go. Let's go to Ezekiel. We're about done. Ezekiel chapter 20. Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse 20 and verse 32. 20 and verse 32. And it says, "And that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all that ye say, we will be as the heathen." Listen, don't even let that come in your mind. She said, don't even let that come in your mind, man. Nothing. Nothing like the heathen. I'm going to read that again. "And that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all that say, we will be as the heathen, as the families of the countries to serve wood and stone." That ain't us. Don't even let it come in your mind. Don't even let it come in your mind. Verse 33. As I live, said the Lord God, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with the fury poured out, I will rule over you. And I will bring you out from the people. I gotta take control like that. This is the real. Let God take the wheel. Well, He's gonna take it, whether you like it or not. You better be on the right side when He do take it. You're either gonna be in a car with Him or you're gonna get ran over by Him in the car. He said, I'm gonna rule over you, and I'm gonna get all of my people. And I will bring you out from among the people, and I will gather you out of the countries wherein you are scattered, with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out. I'm gonna be mad than a mud what they did to you. Get in this car. There's mama going around, daddy going around collecting his children. Get in the car. Driving down the block, make a left. Get in the car. He hops in, go around the street to the other corner store. Get in this car. She hops in. But he ain't mad at you, he gathering you. But he's mad at these other people. Man, all his children in that car, he gonna hit the gas. Run over the rest of these nations. Run over the rest of these nations. He said, verse 35, and I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there would I plead with you face to face, like as I pleaded with your father there in the wilderness of the land of Egypt. So will I plead with you, said the Lord God. Man. And y'all know what pleading is with God face to face. God ain't gonna ask you no questions. He already know it all. So when he pleaded with us, Isaiah 66 and 16. Let me get that. I ain't had it in my lesson, but I go ahead. Some of y'all don't know it, so we might as well go ahead and get it. This is how God pleads. Just like he gonna plead with every nation, all his children that he putting in that car, and he gonna plead with the one. Hey, you want to be on the bad side of your daddy? This is how he gonna plead with you. Because what happened when they was in the wilderness with after Moses? They all died off. 2 people was left, Caleb, and I forgot the other one name. But they died. Everybody else died. For 40 years around the same mountain. That's one hell of a walk. Verse Isaiah 66:16. For by fire and by his word would the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. That's how you're going to plead, with fire and with the sword. He's going to speak this word, and everything that was against it going to be getting slaughtered with the sword. Going to be slaughtered with the sword. That's these law, statutes, and commandments. So the ones of you claiming that you think you're going to get away with this without not keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments, you're going to get that sword. You're going to get the sword. Let's go back. Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 36. Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, said the Lord. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. I will cause some of y'all going to go under the rod. It's going to miss you, and he's going to bring you into the bond of the covenant. He said, and I will purge out from among you the rebels. You're going to take the rebels out. That means their big mama going to be in there. Some daddies and some uncles and some brothers and some sisters and some children. Oh, yeah. All the rebellious. He said, and them that transgressed against me, I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel. And ye should know that I am the Lord. As for you, the same thing happened in Israel. In the wilderness. They didn't even get to go. 2 of them made it. He said, as for you, O house of Israel, thus said the Lord God, Go ye, serve ye. Two of them, and now I don't mean just two people made it. There was other younger generations came after that also. The people who was in the wilderness when they came out of Egypt, they didn't make it into the kingdom. Except for the other two. Remember, Joseph took them over into the land. That's what I was trying to get at. I don't want y'all thinking they just went with two people over there. That's not what happened. And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face. Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, said the Lord God. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant, and I will purge out from among you the rebels, and them that transgressed against me, I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Lord. As for you, O house of Israel, thus said the Lord God, go ye, serve ye everyone his idols. And hereafter also, if you will not hearken unto me, but pollute ye my holy name, no more with your gifts and with your idols, for in my holy mountain, in the mountain of the height of Israel, said the Lord God, there shall all the house of Israel, all of them in the land, serve me. There will I accept them, and there will I require your offerings and first fruit of your oblations with all your holy things. This is when they're going into the kingdom. I will accept you with your sweet savor when I bring you out from the people and gather you out from the countries wherein ye have been scattered, and I will be sanctified in you before the heathen. I'm going to show everybody who you are. I want to show everybody I'm your God and none else. Let's go to Romans chapter 11, verse 26. Romans chapter 11, verse 26. And it reads, and so all of Israel shall be saved, as it is written. There shall come out of Zion the Salaki, out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. He said all of Israel shall be saved. Nobody else. Nobody else. And this is their God, Paul. This is their Savior. He said, and he's saying, who's going to save us? And all Israel shall be saved, as it is written. There shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. This is exactly what it was prophesied in Ezekiel. This is exactly the same thing that Paul's talking about. And let's go to the last scripture I got for today. Psalms 18 and verse 40. Psalms 18 and verse 40. And it reads, Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies. That's what we got. We're going to have our hand on the neck of the enemy, which is also prophesied in Genesis. Thou shalt also give me the necks of my enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. They cried, but there was none to save them. Don't this sound something different? There was none to save us, now there ain't going to be none to save them. We're reversing the roles here. He said, then did I beat them, small as the dust before the wind. I did cast them out as the dirt in the street. And thou hast delivered me from the striving of the people. This is David speaking. This is exactly how we're going to be doing. When you go to Jeremiah, remember Jeremiah 50 and 20, 51:20, where it says we God's battle axes. We're going to be the ones that turn the tides. It's going to be different here. See, we never seen how our kingdom when we're in kingdom work. So God is using David to show you exactly how we're going to be operating when it comes down to this thing. That's why you got to stay with these law, statutes, commandments. You got to. But let's read this. They cried, but there was none to save them, even unto the Lord, but he answered them not. Most High said, I'm turning my back. I'm going to let them out. I'm going to let my children go ahead. Y'all wouldn't whooping them. I'm going to let them whoop you. He said, then did I beat, he said, then did I slack him. Then did I beat them small as the dust before the wind. I did cast them out as the dirt in the street. Thou hast delivered me from the striving of the people. And thou hast made me the head of the heathen. And that's what we're going to be. A people whom I have not known shall serve me. All of them. I don't know what the Indians be doing, but God dang it, they're going to go get my whatever I need. They're going to be in them cotton fields. I ain't lifting a finger no more. Just give me we gonna be eating good food. Ain't no more GMOs anyway. So ain't gonna be sitting there getting big bellies just sitting around. No, He said, a people whom I have not known shall serve me. As soon as they hear of me, they shall obey me. As soon as I say something, they're gonna obey. The strangers shall submit themselves unto me. The strangers shall fade away and be afraid out of their closed spaces. The Lord liveth, and blessed be my rock, and let God of my salvation be exalted. It is good that avenged me. Salakia. It is God that avenged me. Put it this way. It is Yahweh that avenged me. Subdue the people under me. He delivered me from my enemies. Yea, thou liftest me up above all those that rise up against me, that thou hast delivered me from the violent man. And boy, is this goddamn Esau violent. And then he going to deliver us from this violent man. Therefore will I give thanks unto thee, O Lord, among the heathen, and sing praises unto thy name. That's why you got to stand up. Don't be ashamed when it comes to this truth. You got to stand up and show that, hey, look, hey, man, our God is for real. We are the children. Ain't nobody playing around with y'all. I'm going to give thanks to Yahweh by Hashem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shah. Hallelujah. That's why they don't want you saying them names. That's why people say, oh, no, it's Yeshua. And I know people got a problem with the what's name, but I notice when I say Yahweh Shah, what? Yahweh. That speaks boldly, something different. Yahweh Bashem Mashiach Yahweh Shah. Barakatah. Hallelujah. Boy, that hits. What? Hit him. That hits hard. That hit hard. Yahweh. Hit hard, man. He delivered me from my enemies. Thou liftest up me above those that rise up against me. Thou hast delivered me from the violent man. Therefore will I give thanks unto thee, O Lord, among the heathen, and sing praises unto thy name. Thy great deliverance giveth he to his king, and showeth mercy to his anointed, to David, and to his seed forevermore. That was beautiful. That sounded terrific. That was beautiful. He's ready to do that for you. And I'm going to leave. That's my last one. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to leave you with this law. Because we always say leave you with law, statutes, commandment. And we leave you with a law at the end of a law, statute, or commandment. I'm going to use the one I already used earlier. And that's Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Something you probably 100% already know about. But I want this class. The reason I did it, because I want you to be encouraged about you were born to be different. You're not the same. You don't have to be like everybody else. We're not like them. We like who our God gave us, the heritage, which is these law, statutes, commandments. So the Most High God said, hey, you do these things, I'm going to set you above everybody. And that's Deuteronomy 7:16. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. There's nothing they can do about it. That's why they do not want you going back to your laws, because you are above them. You doing God's laws shows you are above them. And I hope y'all got edified today, man. I love doing this with y'all, man. And I hope y'all, man, hey, share the video, man. Make sure y'all watch other classes. This is not the only class. They got class on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's around the clock. Make sure y'all tune in. Keep in touch with us, man. We got the what is that coming up? We have Feast of Dedication coming up, which is gonna be a beautiful thing. All apparel, white and gold, man. So, hey, man, give the numbers a call if y'all want to come down, man. Celebration, man. We kick it. We kick it, and we finna turn it up. Everybody be lazy at these last ones, but nah, this Feast of Dedication, we turns it up, man. It's a beautiful thing. So if you can join us, please come down and join us. Hey, I got me some new DJ equipment. Bam! Got a whole lot of stuff. So we gonna kick it, man. New speakers. I got all this stuff. So we gonna have some fun. We gonna do this thing. So if you want to come down, man, let's do it. And I love y'all, brothers and sisters, man. Y'all make sure y'all keep standing these law, statutes, commandments. And I'm gonna see y'all again. Shalom.